Alright, hello everyone, it's Mystic Juicer back with some more Undertale. This is part 3 of our Let's Love series, which is a walkthrough of Undertale and kind of what it does from a game design standpoint, and just a thorough, warm hug for this beautiful, beautiful game. So where are we? So we have, just to recap very quickly, we have in parts 1 and 2, we've kind of been introduced to the game, its central themes. We met Toriel, we broke her heart, she broke ours. We've met Flowey, and he's introduced to us the central kind of dilemma and theme of the game. And now we have ventured past that tutorial stage, and we are in this snowy world beyond the ruins. And we have just been introduced to Sans and his brother Papyrus, two pretty hilarious skeletons. And this next bit is basically going to be... So we've gone through our first kind of play on the expectations we had on this world beyond the ruins, where kind of the dread that Toriel had kind of filled us with about the apprehension she had tried to put on us has been kind of subverted. It was played with a little bit when Sans first crept up on us in the area past the initial ruins door, but now we've met Sans and Papyrus, and they're way goofier than we probably expected to see the rest of the game be, and that's in a way too kind of showing us that, hey, while things got heavy there for a while, the humor of that tutorial section, that playful kind of writing and stuff, is still going to be there, but you're going to have this understanding that there is this kind of dread, kind of deferred the dread that you had initially felt on exiting the ruins. So let's move on into this nice wintry area. And I was thinking a little bit about why this first area is snowy. Obviously, it works really nicely as kind of a fresh palette. It's very, winter themed. It's very blue, but also very white. Snow, has this element of purity, and it's kind of fresh. Freshly driven snow has this very clean appearance. There's kind of nothing, there's no impressions. Obviously, it doesn't make a lot of sense for it to be summer here. It would be kind of an odd stylistic choice. Fall could perhaps, work, but it might seem a little too colorful after having, had that pretty brutal goodbye with Toriel. So. And spring doesn't make much sense either, because it's got those connotations of, the world coming to life and all that stuff, which isn't really appropriate. So winter is a really, really good choice for this this area here. You decide not to call. So you say, just love this stuff. And we get our introductions to the boxes. Box enthusiast. Alright, so we've got the tough glove. Might as well take that. And I'll keep everything else. Seems fine. Five-fingered folk. Okay, so that doesn't really do anything for us, so we'll just put that back. Alright, here we go. And this next section, this entire kind of introduction to Sans and Papyrus, are basically like, how do you make somebody fall in love with characters? So we'll maybe talk a little bit about that and the dynamic between the two of these. But I love the two of these guys so much. And again, Papyrus's theme just cannot be beaten. Just oh, and then no further. Like, all right, so we've got so again, we're dealing with Papyrus, self-admitted and confirmed human hunting fanatic, obsessed with capturing humans. Although we definitely get a sense that this is the first time this has ever happened to him. He's ever seen a human. He's incredibly naive. He's got this. He has no idea what happens after a human is delivered to the capital, and so we, as the player and as the character that we're playing, have a much better sense of what that fate eventually ends up being, since Toriel has told us that no humans ever survive when they leave the ruins. So very naive character, and motivated, very simple motivations. Just wants to be popular. He's gonna be showered with kisses every morning after he becomes known for capturing humans. So could definitely sympathize with those goals, right? All right, so he's got a cool hat. Let's try complimenting the hat. Okay, seems like kind of a dick. Well, that didn't work. Try stealing the hat. It's not weakened enough. All right. I ignore it more? Oh, okay. Never mind. Alright, sweet. That's some nice gold. Just love that, like, obviously the plaque was the most important thing. That was the thing he spent way more time on than anything else. The actual, like, guard posts, it's like badly cobbled together, possibly made out of cardboard. Okay. So we've got a bit of a teaching battle here, where we are introduced to blue attacks. pet him some more. Further pets? Alright, we've... Actually, no. Let's keep petting him, see if anything new happens. This is thorough! Okay, that's enough. Alright. Explains a lot. I mean, what else are you gonna do, right? You're a dog monster in the middle of a nice kingdom of some kind. Simple, yeah, easy. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I love both of these characters a lot. They do a fantastic job of introducing and dice. They do a fantastic job of introducing them as characters, giving them their own you know, personalities. Sans is this super endearing troll character. You know, the fact that he waits until after you have the fight with Doggo to tell you, you know, how to pass Doggo, basically, is great. I'm a snowman. Sure. And yeah, Papyrus being this goofy / ineffective, but very loud and enthusiastic character, plays off really well with each other. They're like very good foils for each other. Sure, the Papyrus's enthusiasm kind of grates on Sans after a while, or drives him slightly batty, and also makes him very, very teasable, like an eminently good target for teasing. I just love the fact, like, you know, again, we could just put 2 options, but the fact that you have all of these pets. Damn it. So you've got immediate defeat, but you're like, okay, well, these different pets, do they do anything? Already overexcited. Ah, crap, yeah. No. And then you start noticing the horrifying transformation that is occurring. It was a good dog. They're good dogs, Brent. Yeah, again, the encounters in this game are all fantastic. Just the amount of jokes and like discovery that that designer like crammed into each encounter, Critical Pet, is great. It like makes you more excited to to just like spend more time into in each of them. Like at this point, he's so excited. We're no longer even getting any. You don't even bet. We're no longer even getting any actual like encounters at all. Cattle whistle. It is too late. Far away. And yeah, like the fact that every encounter in the game that isn't a boss battle is just this, you know, this like combination puzzle / reward. Is just fantastic. And we have looped all the way back around, and you can keep petting it until the head just disappears through the bottom of the text box. But we're gonna spare it there. Great as that was. Just the over-explaining, like, so good. Immediately blames his brother. Actually, what happens if I've never actually gotten zapped? Oh, okay. Nothing appears to have happened. So good. And I actually genuinely, like, I feel like Sans is seriously being genuine when he says, like, yeah, I mean, my brother is cool. For something cold. Middle of the woods. I'm actually going to take a candy and yes, indeed. The snowman's white rating can indeed become yellow rating. Yes. Oh, nice. Didn't realize you can get money off of that. Once again, mysterious cameras. Alright, so this is the Sands puzzle. Monster Kids word search. I like that the giant jumble of letters is not actually in the puzzle, as far as I can tell. Like, you think it's the first line, but it actually screws up right after the second F. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we've been utterly defeated. Unbelievable. Yeah, I can't resist doing Sans Papyrus's voice every once in a while. Just like, yeah, the the amount of emotion and like tone imparted through, again, the text and the tiny animated portrait is really good. This is really impressive bit of writing there to convey that much with this little. I'm gonna side with the jumble. Make Papyrus happy. Thoroughly japed again by the Great Papyrus. It did not plot. Fantastics. So we've got a second escalation of the mouse food bit. The amazing the amazing fantasy of the mouse eating the spaghetti, finding a way to heating it up. Warning: dog marriage. Good, good, good. Jerry came too. Alright, I'm gonna ignore him. Very rare Jerry sighting. I think it was like the third playthrough of this game where I actually encountered where I first encountered Jerry. The Wi-Fi here sucks. Sounds like Jerry. Makes attacks 2 seconds longer. The only winning move is not to play with Jerry. I love the theme. The Snowden theme is too good. All right. Yeah, and this is again another motif that's going to show up in all of the a motif that's going to show up in all of the other areas. So, you know, a series of puzzles and then further encounters. Dogai. Dogami and Dogaressa. Alright. So, using our knowledge of the preceding clues that we've gotten, the his and hers, dog houses, and the series of clues we've gotten there. So rolling around was a snow, or rolling around was a neutral smell, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. You smell like a weird puppy. He means me. Avoid these giant axes. Got the, damn it. Light blue that you've got to hold yourself still for. And since we've done everything else, a dog that pets dogs. Amazing. I love that the two axes make a heart shape once they have traveled all the way across, and the dogs' minds have been expanded. Sweet. We're gonna say we ate it. It's like at this, I love that basically like two traps in, he has basically completely forgotten about his goal of like capturing us. Like we're literally right in front of him. Yeah, like completely, like we're running circles around him. He's completely given up. Love the pose. How does this work again? Sweet. Any day you get to listen to Papyrus's theme is a good day. Understand easily? Sure. Destroyed. Yes. This nightmare of snow dogs. Aware of dog, please pet dog. The correct the correct way to behave. So there's a nice bit of stuff that you can do where things you do earlier in the game affect stuff later in the game. So if you encounter the lesser dog and you just pet it once and then you spare it, then you have an encounter here where there's nothing built. There's just a dog looking at a cylinder basically in front of it, and staring determinately, basically an artist having sculpting block. And since you have pet the lesser dog an obscene amount of times, you get this. You have inspired this snow artiste to create horrifying snow dog sculptures. Puzzle here being, of course, that you can't control your motion once you enter the ice. And so, if you do something wrong, you fall off, and you get these excellent representations of Sans and Papyrus. It's a snow papyrus. It's a love of snow with the word Sans written on it in red marker. And the great thing about, it's not only a great representation of, how both of these characters kind of see themselves. I mean, Papyrus is clearly, the idealized version of Papyrus. Or maybe just how Papyrus thinks he is naturally. But the fact that Sans actually took the additional painstaking effort of writing his name in marker on snow is actually probably took more effort somehow than Papyrus's incredibly elaborate snow sculpture, which I love. Yeah, just this section is pretty light on drama. So it doesn't have a tremendous amount of stuff that I feel like I can spend a lot of time talking about. But I do just enjoy this as a palate cleanser after the intensity of the last encounter in the ruins, and also the fact that it's such a great introduction. It's a great introduction to these like characters that you are going to spend a lot of time with, which is Sans and Papyrus. Whoa. Forgot about this one. Oh god. Gosh darn teenage googly eyes. Oh damn. Okay, alright. Let's thanks for nothing. Yeah, something is definitely up with Sans. Behold! It's a snow puff. Get the excellent dog theme here for the, I think, first time? Maybe second time? Certainly not the last time. I do love that all of the pieces of armor, and even including the weapon, are in some way dog-shaped, or possibly dog-driven. Alright. Alright. Let's play then. Oh, okay. Ah. Alright, we need some candy here. I wonder if it stays sleeping if I don't move. We'll try that out later. That's impressive, actually. Oh, sweet. Now Doug is very tired. So if we just stay absolutely still, we will be just fine. Just don't move. Bag capacities. Alright, sweet. A thoroughly enjoyable fight. Flopping tail is just too good. I love the dog. The dog slowly rotating. Oh man. My traps are expertly cooked. He is a complicated skeleton with a lot of conflicting feelings inside of him right now. Alright, there we go. We're being primed to enter Snowden. And here we finally get our encounter with monsters, you know, like a group of monsters rather than individual characters. So we get some insight into kind of how they live their lives in this mountain that they are trapped under. All right, let's try selling off our junk. Alright, well, we definitely need a bandana with abs on it. Oh, we don't need two of those. Bicycle. Cinnamon bun. Well, we've got 7 out of 8, so we probably don't need to do any of that. But we can talk. Sure. I love the relationship that's painted between, like, the rest of this town and the skeletons. Asserted themselves. Yeah, I love just the way that it always comes back to ground, like the lives that the monsters have, that they've had to adapt to this, to living where they live. They do the best they can, but it's not a great place. It's tough living under a mountain, and knowing that there's no escape. But they have this hope that they'll be able to leave. So I've got a mystery there. Put the ribbon away. We've got, yeah, should be good enough. Snowed in. Oh. I love the sprite of your character just like oh, what is that theme? Yeah, I can't place it, but it's definitely one of the themes in the game that was just snored at us, which is incredible because you're only up there for about 2 minutes. Oh yeah, we get our 30 out of 20 hit points. Go ahead and save that. Come in handy. I'm assuming the disturbing part is that it's a rabbit walking another rabbit? Yeah, I don't know. Love the jaded response to that completely insane sentence. Giant dog. Quite literally. Yeah, there's definitely the library. There's definitely, you know, they managed to pretty nicely paint a picture of the kind of, you know, they're making the best they can with a pretty bad lot, but it's still tough. Best newspaper ever. Scathing but true. Alright, left to right. Alright. Do some exploring on the left side here. Rock monster family, I guess. Just a werewolf throwing ice into the sea. Nothing to see here. I am not sure I ever had that happen to me. Or it's so completely random that I have not, that just do not recall it ever happening to me. Alright, either way, pretty good. Well played. And again, no music. Serious time. Serious time immediately broken by the fact that it's Papyrus, and he has no ability to hold himself back whatsoever. After all, I am very great. Alright, there we go. Complex feelings. Alright, well, I don't want to insult him, so let's flirt with him. Your ultimate feelings. Oh man, this encounter is the best. I have zero. I can make spaghetti. All right, we're getting the sign that we don't need to talk here. All right, start sparing and see what happens. Powerful. We got. Now we get the full backing track. Now we've got actual serious time. This tune is too good. Bishy cream. What? Spaghettore. He shook. Oh god. This was a horrible mistake. Complex feelings. Yes. Yeah. Failed. Yeah. Damn it. Damn it. Oh, God. Alright. Regular attack time. Yep. Definitely a good thing we could always jump that high. Of course we're gonna be friends. You taught me a lot, human. Oh no. Alright, there we go. So now we know what's keeping them there. We had indications from the prologue of the game that it was some sort of spell or whatever. Now we have greater understanding of the rules of that barrier. So anything can get in. That's why, you know, humans occasionally fall down into the mountain. But only those with a powerful soul can exit. So there you go, you've got the stakes. Again, that subversion there when he's about to reveal the identity of the king. Where the music entirely cuts out, so again we're bracing ourselves for a huge dramatic reveal. But yeah, if we're still waiting that from Papyrus, then we've probably not actually spent any time with him at all. Still not sure why that happens, but we're gonna go ahead and have our date, our cool skeleton date, before closing out this video. The walk animation is so fantastic. Well, we finally get to a scenic house. Finally get to explore this skeleton, the inner realm, the inner sanctum of this skeleton dude and his brother. It's perfect. It's too perfect. Just like Sans, of course, like the kind of guy who would have a pet rock as a joke, and Papyrus would badly feed it. Fantastic. Good stuff. Feel free to visit it anytime. My food museum. Just the insight into the dino. I just love everything about both of these characters so much. I know it's coming, but it gets me every time. Stop playing my life with incidental music. Forget it. It's, again, like the fact that he's put his sink all the way up there for no reason. A quiche. Sweet. Any more? No. The inevitable result of hyping up any show to anyone that you want to impress. All right, yeah. There's flames coming out from... Also, skin? Love the misdirect there from Sans. I just, that in particular, like that line, you know, his two favorite books are Advanced Puzzle Making for Critical Minds and Peekaboo with Fluffy Bunny. And the fact that the ending to that story always gets him. I always interpreted that as him being like really sentimental about it. I suppose it could be read in a far more cruel way, in that he's always surprised by the ending of Peekaboo with Fluffy Bunny. But I choose to think of it that he's just really, really sentimental. I mean, the rest of his, it's basically the modern, like, it's the ideal nerd like room. It's got action figures. He's got a friggin' car bed, which is awesome. He's got a pirate flag hanging up, and yeah, he's got a bunch of nerd books and and a super sentimental kids book. You know, if you looking at the bookshelf in the back there, I can pretty much guarantee you that I have both of these kinds of books. So I really identify with this guy and his boundless and endless enthusiasm and his deep love of terrible puzzles. I only wish my room was as clean as this room. Excuse me. Getting start. Official dating rulebook. Yes, excellent. I feel so informed. Just the population graph, the egg, the crime meter, everything is perfect. All right. This is definitely how all my dates go, so You're wearing clothing right now. Yes. No. You planned it all. Your dating power. Tension. Thank goodness for the dating HUD. We'd be completely lost here. No! There is nothing more painful than a genuine compliment. That is absolutely true. The hidden power of this outfit. All right. But who doesn't? No, just... Blasted in the face by dating power. The dating simulator thing, subgame. Yes, just everything. My whole body for this. Relatable. Intense love for me. A dark prison of passion with no escape. There we go. We have successfully dated Papyrus. So I am going to save, and then I will call it there. So I'm just going to move on, I think, to the next area. Get the save going. Sorry that this episode had probably the least amount of analysis and commentary. It is mostly a kind of goofy interlude, although again we do learn a little bit more about the world that everything inhabits here. We've gotten to get a little bit more insight into the way that the monsters deal with the world here, and their lot in it. And that's basically going to continue throughout the rest of the game. We're going to continue to get these really fun interludes. There might be more dates. There's definitely going to be more dates. Yeah, you get kind of these hints of backstory and more somber and darker themes layered in throughout the rest of the game. So before we continue here, this is an echo flower. It will repeat any line of dialogue that anyone around it says, whatever the last line of dialogue was. So if you walk into the screen and you start talking to people, kind of the RPG standard way, you're going to get, an explanation of the flower from this guy, and then you're going to read that explanation back. But you can also, if you've played it played the game before and you're curious about what the flower says beforehand, no one can know. Never trust a flower. There you go. And in fact, he's right. Never trust a flower. We've already met. We've met a very clear example of why you should never do that. All right, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and save, and we will continue in part 4 as soon as I record it. So until next time, I hope you have enjoyed your time with me. I love this game very, very much, and stay tuned for the next episode. So when that comes around, I will see you. Till then, cheers.